I think if I understand everything, this is going to be the concession stand area. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And you want to give us just a brief description on this?
Well, this whole concession area, the second floor of the building that people see as they come into the parking lot or drive by on the highway, the whole second floor is concession. And it's, as you can see, it's pretty spacious. And we've got a lot of room. We even have room for tables on each end of it in an area where you can sit there and actually watch the Jumbotron from inside the concession. But this right here is the center of the concession. And like I mentioned earlier, our old concession, has got two windows, and now we've got two windows here, but they're each one's four times as big as the windows down there. So
right.
We can have 6 to 8 people, 3 or 4 on that side, 3 or 4 on this side. So we'll have 4 times the capability of waiting on people. The band boosters are going to have to make sure they get that many volunteers, but we're going to be able to get them taken care of a lot quicker. They're very close to their seats because it's right behind the press box, right in the middle of the bleachers. Very user friendly that way, but we'll be, there'll be a roof over this, so you can get in and out of the weather if it's raining and stuff. And that's another reason why it's as big as it is. You can get out of the elements and stuff.
Well, I don't want to give away all the little things that you've been showing me. I am impressed, to say the least. But one thing I think I would add to what you just said, because you can't see the field from here, you're going to have a TV above the concession stand here?
Right. Through most of the concession area, you can physically see the Jumbotron on the other side of the field, and so you wouldn't miss any play if you was out of your seat or whatever. But the press box, the concession stand's centered right on the back of the press box. If you're standing right behind the press box, you can't see the Jumbotron. So what we're thinking about doing is putting a TV in the center of the concession up higher. So if you want to go get a coffee or popcorn or something, you won't miss any plays, because we're going to have the capability of having a live feed into the so when the game's going on, it can be on the Jumbotron just like like you'd see at Michigan State or Ford Field. And we'll have a TV like they have at concessions, so if you want to get a cup of coffee, you can go in, you can stand there and watch it on regular TV and not miss a play.
Here I am. I'm standing at the south end of the concession stand, and I'm just going to do a very slow pan. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to show how large this really is, but you've mentioned the Jumbotron several times, and I want to I'd like you to explain. I certainly didn't understand where it was going to go, but from what you've now clarified for me, it's going directly across the 50-yard line. Is that it? Between the golden arch over there, is that correct?
Right. That opening between the pillars and the golden arch and the girder on the bottom, that'll be filled up with a Jumbotron. Right in the center of the away bleachers, it would be on the 50-yard line if we were you're sitting it's on the 50-yard line, so everybody over here all the way down to the patios on the goal line to be able to see it real well. But like you said, you're standing here in the concession, on the south end of the concession, and you've got great visibility of the Jumbotron even if you're in most of the concession.
How big is that Jumbotron going to be?
It's going to be 12 by 24.
12 feet?
12 feet high by 24 foot long.
Oh my!
It'll just about fill up the whole void that you see there in the between the towers.
And if I understand correctly, there's going to be Ithaca High School students that will be running the Jumbotron and the cameras. Is that correct or no?
Well, yeah. Hopefully that's that's the plan. I've spoken with the administration, and the administration they hope to get a class going, which is another reason why I decided to put the Jumbotron in. They're going to run a class. The filming, hopefully the interviews, if they're panning, have a a fan cam where they're putting the camera on somebody that's there and it happens to be their birthday or their 25th wedding anniversary. You know, the fans can, you know, and join in the fun a little bit, and they can be filmed and put up on the jumbotron in real time. But you know, the coach could be interviewed at halftime by one of the students. Players could be interviewed after the game. You know, you can introduce the players. But like I say, that we're talking about football right now. But you know, you can have, if you got a track meet going on, you can have the camera on the finish line, seeing the races being ran. If you have an outdoor graduation with this facility, which the administration's told me they really would like to see this for outdoor graduation too. You know, you can have the ceremony going on right in front of everybody, but you can also have it on the jumbotron and blow up the student or the graduate when they're being announced and having their diploma. So there's a lot more uses for this jumbotron than football. We relate it to football because when you go to Michigan State or Ford Field, that's what it's used for. But it's also used for all kinds of anything that they have in there, and they have many things other than football. It's just that everybody just thinks football.
Well, I deal in technology, and I'm impressed with the skills that if these youngsters have the opportunity to take this kind of a class, they walk out of Ithaca High School and they're ready to go to work somewhere with those kind of skills.
Well, you know, it's you know, who knows? You know, maybe the next Brent Musburger or Howard Cosell will come from Ithaca. You know, I mean, at least the opportunity will be there, and if kids got interest in that, you know, why can't they come from Ithaca?
That's right, absolutely.
You know, that's the way I look at it, and really the jumbotron, you know, yeah, it'd be great for sporting events and graduation and stuff like that. But I was convinced when I had the idea about installing a jumbotron after I talked to Nathan, the superintendent, Nathan Boots. He told me he literally wanted to be able to provide a class, and it would just be a perfect situation. And that's, you know, the fact that they'd make a class out of it, get the kids involved. That's what really sold me totally on the fact that, you know, we had to do it, not just for a football game or a track meet or a soccer game or graduation. If they can incorporate it into the education, there's real value there.